Welcome back to another episode of The Wildcard. Of course, I'm the greatest host in the building, Brian Waudo. Joined by... New Queen.
Nicolette.
Joined by Nicolette.
And my name is Venant, a.k.a. the best FPL manager in town.
Fair enough, you can lie to people all you want, but just remember that this episode has been brought to you courtesy of Sponsor. Finally, I'm here when you're overmatched. Finally. Sindio?
Yeah.
Now you're all alone.
It sounds like you've been looking forward to this opportunity.
That Jabroni is missing. And hopefully he misses for many more episodes so that you're overpowered.
Are you saying that because you want to win the trivia?
No. That's guaranteed whether Nyash is here or not.
Oh my God, it's because of my lack of memory.
Imagine. Today we have a new winner and our two more Kenyan advance.
Okay, fair enough. So how have you guys been, Nicolette? It's been a minute.
Yeah, we haven't been on this thing together for a while, eh?
Yeah.
But I feel okay. Let me be optimistic. I think Waudo is the more optimistic person than me.
Oh wow, contrasting opinions.
Yeah.
We shall see. Mm-hmm.
Why are you saying that?
Because before we came on, he was saying about how we have the greatest defense, and me, I'm very iffy about it.
Okay. Me, I'm super excited with the performance that I've seen from Arsenal this weekend. I like Calafiori making his debut, commanding attention. I like how Arteta now has options. We have options right now, Pale. Not just the defense.
It's his jawline that's
it's everywhere
attention.
in the pitch.
Let's just be honest. Ain't nobody give a damn what Arsenal played. Who did you play last week or over the weekend? Nobody cares. The focus of the matter is the Community Shield, you know? If Man United won, we have another trophy to praise Ten Hag for. But then at the end of the day, we lost it on penalties. So we have excuses to come up with, right?
Yeah, Jadon Sancho'd.
But in all honesty, I wouldn't fault a player for missing out on a penalty. Personally, for me, the last time I was very close to being pissed off about penalties was De Gea in the Europa League final. And not more so because he missed, rather than the fact that he couldn't save any of the Villarreal penalties.
But
that was my issue.
Wouldn't you say that about Onana as well? Considering even before this game, he was talking so much, saying how we're going to take risks and everything, and he couldn't even take a risk and save a penalty.
Well, he's already surprising us.
Onana said, I will be taking a lot of risks this season. We are glad to see that.
Oh, God.
We're not glad to see that. I mean, for me personally, there's positives to look at from that game. There's positives. I mean, Bruno gets a contract extension after the game. That was when the news was released. Before the game, the LigT and Mazraoui were confirmed to be coming to Man United.
That's
in the game, I think... You look at Ahmad. Ahmad is a very creative spark.
Yeah.
Hopefully for me, he gets a lot of game time on that right wing. Garnacho can finally finish with his left foot instead of cutting it in from the right foot and always trying to score screamers. And also the fact that our missed chances, I rue our missed chances, because when you dip it, in football, the level is like Real Madrid, in terms of club and football and the players they can garner. But we can't even beat a Man City that doesn't have Rodri. Bernardo didn't start, De Bruyne didn't start, Foden wasn't there, Walker wasn't there. That is what pisses me off. We couldn't take our chances, and yet those key players were missing.
I think this is a continuation of Manchester United from last season. Yeah.
How so?
What's the difference between the result this time and the other times that you guys have met Manchester United or even played in the Premier League? It's a joke, but right now it's a common thing. Manchester United, whenever they play, ni GG. You definitely know they will concede and they will score.
I agree with that, because whenever... And Onana waits for until someone scores from United. That's when he forgets how to become a goalkeeper. He'll never do it before. No team against us will score before us. It's always we'll score and then give it about 5 minutes and then...
I'd like to know what's his vibe and off-pitch shenanigans, because there's a lot of noise off the pitch than in the pitch. You cannot be talking about, I'll be taking a lot of risks this season. You go from you remember the first game, and yalifungwa na kaingia ndani ya net?
Yeah.
So we've seen this thing for some time now, and it's time, because I am a fan of Onana.
Yes.
I believe in him. I like his confidence. But when it comes to the pitch, we expect results, honestly. And you Manchester United fans, I don't know if you are hopeful for this season, because there are a lot of questions being asked. Granted, you guys have signed the LigT and Mazraoui.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about that in relation to the upcoming fixtures.
I'll let Nicolette go first because she's more pessimistic than I am.
I am, because you see, you're forgetting I'm also a Juventus fan. So I saw LigT at Juventus, and he wasn't as impressive, to be honest. And then I'm very worried about him coming from Italy, where they actually have game that consists of a lot of defense, and he wasn't as impressive, to coming to a more tactical kind of league. I'm very concerned, to be honest.
You don't think...
I'll give him 5 games first for me to decide, but it's concerning.
I personally think on the LigT, it's more so of a matter of, I think Ten Hag is the one man who can rejuvenate his career. I don't know why I'm looking at it turning out to be more of a Lisandro kind of signing rather than Anthony kind of signing.
But we said the same thing when we saw Ten Hag coming to United about Van de Beek. We were all like, Van de Beek was amazing under Ten Hag, but then Ten Hag wasn't able to resuscitate
Get the best out
career.
of him. Yeah.
But surely right now, when you look at United's defense, getting someone else's outcasts can only improve our own team, because our team is horrific defensively. We could see it even in the Community Shield.
In
How
the
the hell do we
pre-season.
score in the 82nd minute and then we can't hold on to the lead? Exactly. So I think the LigT coming in, Mazraoui also coming in, boosts our defense, because Mazraoui is coming in when Bissaka's left. Mazraoui can deputize at left back and at right back. That gives us options, instead of taking Dalot to left back and then putting Pellistri at right back.
Oh
gives
yeah,
us an
that
option
I
there.
don't know why that decision of putting Pellistri in the defense first of all started. I don't know where it came from.
Trying out new...
No. That poor boy. I hope he actually, to be honest, I'm a very big fan of how Pellistri plays.
Yeah.
I think if at United they can't get the best out of him, he might as well go to another club. He's still young. He should,
Loan.
his agent, no, permanently. He's been on loan for the longest time.
And it hasn't clearly worked.
What if Club Icona, you see, like the way we were loaning out Saliba before he became this amazing defender that he is. Couldn't it be the same thing for you guys?
No, the chances of that happening at United are 0-0.
Wow. What? Me, I'll be very honest. From what I saw in the Community Shield and in some pre-season friendlies, 2 things I've come up with is the fact that I'm pretty sure we'll have a better season than we did last year.
Okay.
But one factor is, for me, one must-have is he has to give me Europa, and he also has to make sure he finishes above Liverpool and Chelsea.
Above Liverpool and Chelsea.
Because you're going into year 3.
Yeah.
There's no time to try new things. There's no time to do that. You're going into year 3. There's no slot can come in and have already established his playing style before you have.
For you, yeah.
Exactly.
So
It'll be telling.
So in short, you're saying this is the last season for Ten Hag, and you are happy this partnership is coming to an end, and we can now start looking at the next manager.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what Waudo is trying to say. And kuna some positives that I got from that game. I like the youngings in your team.
Yeah.
And personally, I think those are the players who Ten Hag needs to build around. There's some certain players, I've heard you talk about United players, and I kind of agree with you that they need to leave.
Yes.
Because new ownership, everything, it's like a new... Man United is kind of like new, even though we have the same old couple of players. But right now, we need to build around... certain players, I like the fact I like how you guys have gotten rid of the likes of Bizaka and stuff. You guys are continuing to weed out the necessary players.
Deadwood.
But at the same time, we also need to add players, and we also need to train players, because Aston Villa are in the Champions League. That should be Manchester United.
Yeah.
And I think now our players ingine, the former United players, kama wanaweza kuja huku Nyanza, hii tournament ya nini inaweza kuwa poa sana. Hii tournament ya tujiamini. At least they win something, because
Saka unadhani anaweza deal na talent iko Nyanza.
he's one of us.
Kwanza anajaribu ku revive his Congolese citizenship ndo acheze nini
By the way,
National League ya
True, because courtesy of SportPesa, the Tujiamini initiative is still ongoing, man. All you have to do is post your videos, whether it's talented dancing, talented eating like I do, talent yes Sunday reset, your Kenya Byron
Yes.
on tugiamini.co.ke, and you could be the next winner. The Olympics are over, and there's always the gold and the silver and the bronze, but SportPesa has you covered because there's the gold category, there's the silver category, the bronze category, and also pale Wan Bisaka tutampata wapi? Cheza dimba, si ndio?
Yes.
It's
And
all happening in Nyanza this next Tugiamini.
mi nafurahia sana cause Nyanza ni home and you like to talk and look at and marvel at handsome men. Hii sasa it's a community
the mic.
full it's
Zima
a,
your mic.
It's a community full of handsome men.
it's a zote combined everything in one, so hapo utakuwa na options. So if ka kuna mtu anahitaji kwa hii tujiamini ni wewe, cause kuna watu wengi watajiamini sana na wewe. Wengi sana watajiamini.
Okay, fair enough, man. Now that the season is also coming back, there's a certain team that will be traveling to London in game week 1, and that is Manchester City. Manchester City beat Man United on penalties in the Community Shield.
Yeah.
After the game, the one thing I noticed was Kevin De Bruyne's Twitter, where he posted the first one. Went and tagged himself, tweeted the first one with a picture of him holding the Community Shield. So I'm thinking, does that mean now in the dressing room they've written nobody has ever won 5 in a row? You know, I'm very worried. I'm very worried about that. As much as I'm not confident in them winning the league, I'm very worried it's gonna happen. 5 in a row, bro. That's Pep beating Ferguson's legacy, bro.
Yeah.
That's him beating Ferguson's legacy.
So if there are people who are against Pep and Man City this season, it's Manchester United as a team, as a club,
Yes.
as a unit.
As a community.
What records are on the line for you guys?
I think it's just 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
Yeah, the 5 in a row. Because we never did 4 in a row.
Yeah.
He's done it. Now imagine if he does 5.
That's
I'd
a-
rather Burnley win the league. This is Sema Nyinyi.
No, if you're relying on Arsenal, that's like me having hopes that Locatelli is coming to marry me.
Nicolette.
Wait, we're talking about Man City. Arsenal imeingilia wapi?
That's the way he's saying, hataki nyinyi mushinda. So like, if he's relying on you guys, mushinda hii league.
Like seriously though, are there any weaknesses to this City side
Yes.
as we speak?
Yes.
Where are they? Because that team that they put out in the Community Shield, Oscar Bob has been integrated well, even O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And this Savinho kid, as much as he had a small cameo, if Grealish is not careful, he'll be third after
Yeah.
Doku and Savinho on that list.
First and foremost, Grealish out injured. Latest news as of now. Secondly, I don't know much about this Savino guy, but somebody told me Pep has replaced Mahrez. I don't know if that is
Wow.
true.
I
Those
mean,
are
kwa
big
first
shoes
touch,
to
hapana.
fill.
Kwa first touch, no. Like, to replace Mahrez's first touch is impossible. But maybe in terms of ball retention, carving that color, maybe.
And lastly, you don't think Man City will not win the Premier League this season? Because I've already seen signs. One win in pre-season alone, which was versus Chelsea. I mean, it's Chelsea.
I think the one thing... Yeah.
We also look at the game versus you guys. The first half was boring. The first half was so boring.
It was.
It was so boring.
It was.
And if that's City for you this season, then Pep needs to polish up some things because there's some few root surprises on the way.
I think when it comes to Pep and how he thinks, he usually has to have a trophy at the end of the season.
Yes.
Regardless of anything. So what will determine him winning the Premier League is what else he'll win along the way. Because if he wins, let's say, a Champions League or an FA Cup or something, he'll be more relaxed. He usually, even if you look at last season, he amped up his win towards the Premier League after he got knocked out of the Champions League.
Yes.
He has to win a trophy of some sort. So let's hope the fact that he already got a plate
That's
will
the last
make him
thing he
relax.
wins. Surely, if he relaxes, are there any other contenders?
Yes, we have Arsenal right now, which is the best team to bank on right now kwa Premier League because we are starting versus Wolves. It's going to be a goal fest. We're going to continue that very same form against Aston Villa. And when we beat, or rather meet, Man City in game week 5 away, we are getting away with at least
at
a
least.
point.
Umeanza at least.
A point.
I think for you to say at least means you're not confident enough that you can go to your enemy's ground and stomp on them.
Because you guys are.
No, to beat.
Every time we were winning leagues, we used to go to Anfield and win.
Yeah.
We are talking about Man City right now.
No, but to be the best, you have to beat the best. If you
Yes.
don't have the mentality of beating
We've
City.
already beaten them.
Not
last
at their
season.
ground.
No.
Not
That's
at their ground.
preseason. I told you last time, preseason doesn't count. Preseason is like the biggest mask that can ever be worn.
Okay, I agree.
When it comes to the actual league, that's when you know where you stand. But if you already don't feel like Arsenal is not confident enough for you to beat City, you should be able to say City right now. We don't know whether De Bruyne is going to be there or not.
Yeah.
Arsenal right now, Arteta has his team in check. We have a
You're
chance
perfect.
of beating them. Yeah,
Calafiori is over there.
with his jawline.
Wait, but then let me ask, how does he rate in terms of being hot and stuff?
What do you mean?
In the Arsenal
No,
team,
say what
Calafiori.
pause after you stated
In the
that
Arsenal
once.
team.
Yeah, no, just in the Arsenal team.
I still find Arteta hotter.
Hey, moving on. Moving on.
Disclaimer. Those are Nicolette's views. I, as Brian Waudo, do not find any footballer hot.
Are you sure?
None.
Even the babes.
Kwanza kuna babe moja wa Venant anacheza Man City women. Muulize ni nani. Hey, but mimi sina.
We're not going to talk about her right now.
Anyway, so Venant, what I gather from what you're saying is you are confident you're winning something. Whether
Yes.
it is home and away.
Yes, and actually, because you guys are against Arsenal, I'm going to ask you the same. You already answered. The first 5 fixtures, Arsenal have Wolves, and then it's Aston Villa away, and then it's Brighton at home,
Yes, sir.
and then it's
Spurs
Spurs,
and
then City.
Back to
Both are away. How many points do you think Arsenal is getting? You.
3.
3 points.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, against Brighton.
Whoa! Whoa!
The rest.
I didn't miss
Let me tell you something. I think, one, you've underestimated Wolves and you've underestimated Aston Villa.
Wolves just sold
I
their
think
engine.
okay, wait. Let's say 4, because maybe you draw with Spurs.
Okay, draw Spurs, win Brighton. What do you say of Aston Villa away?
I think Aston Villa is going to beat you guys. I think Wolves might hold you guys to like a 1-0. And I think City will beat you guys.
So that's how many points? That's
4.
okay. I think we're going to make it rain versus Wolves. That form carries on to Aston Villa. I've been watching Aston Villa. They lost to BVB last weekend. And they lost like convincingly. Like you could tell BVB was a better team.
Once
But
again,
you see,
pre-season.
exactly. And this is a German team. They're not familiar with how they play. They're extremely familiar with Arsenal. Let's not forget that. Extremely. They even know how your toilets look like. So,
Wow.
I think what's happening in this episode is we have two very motivated,
I am a realist.
very motivated, united optimists. I don't even call you haters.
I already said my thoughts while the Euros were going on. Once the Premier League fixture list was released. And I'll repeat it again. I think out of the first 5, Arsenal will only win 2, and that is the home games. At the end of the day, their travels will not be successful. The only successful travels that will be existing once again will be in Nyanza, as the Dallas Sevens will be taking place.
Yes.
So, Sport Pesa wako on.
Yeah.
Si cheza dimba, si promote talent, adi rugby wako on. And the Dallas Sevens will be just around the corner, by the way. They are ready. Nikoshua Nyasha hata ashaanza kutravel huko. No wonder amenihepa leo. Because I know he's a very, very huge fan. Anataka Kabras ishinde kila kitu. But what do you expect from that tournament, then?
Very strong men. I expect high performance rugby because pale it's an opportunity. And in a land where we have very many great men, lazima kuwe na winner mkali sana. And I think the winner from Nyanza is beating winners from each and every other place in Kenya.
Jesus Christ.
That's how much confidence I believe in Nyanza, and that's how much you guys need to be there.
This guy is thinking about men tackling each other. Now, you find Nicolette.
With tiny shorts.
I'm a personal trainer. I'm supposed to be.
He's all about physique.
Yeah.
Anyway, I bet it'll be one heck of a cracking tournament. Speaking of cracking teams, cracking tournaments,
Yeah.
Liverpool have been fantastic over the preseason period.
Yes.
There's no disputing that. I mean, that's this Onslaught guy replaced the O with a U. I don't really kind of rate him anymore. I don't want him to succeed at all. I really don't want him to succeed at all because it'll show that us, United as a club is going nowhere. Liverpool have just replaced Klopp with Slot and he's taking over seamlessly. I mean, in December when he announced he was going to leave, they announced a documentary. But now it's gone. Your documentary Kobe Maino alizima ama ni ama alizima. But at the end of the day, Slot has come in and has taken over seamlessly. I think for me, the squad needed it. Maybe they were tired of Klopp's words, not negatively, but rather umse tumemwona sana.
Yeah.
So the new voice in slot is what is motivating them.
The way I look at it, first and foremost, Liverpool played 2 games last Sunday.
Yes,
They
did.
played Sevilla, which I watched, and then later on, I
Las
forgot-
Palmas.
Yeah, Las Palmas.
Yeah.
And first and foremost, before we continue, Liverpool have a team A and team B.
Of course.
If we now compare to Manchester United, do you guys have a team A or team B?
It'll beat Liverpool no matter even if it's a team C.
Those guys played 2 games in like 4 hours. Yeah. Manchester United, can you guys do that right now? Because that's the standard of football. That's the standard
my
of
only
football.
worry, let me be very honest, my only worry about United this season is if we have the same injury issues that we had last season.
You guys already have it.
Yeah, because I can already see them sneaking in. But for Liverpool, I think you're jumping your guns. I think you're seriously jumping your guns.
So an 8th place is coming.
Because you're ranking them based off Spanish teams that people don't even watch.
True.
Yeah. If you're telling me they beat
Sevilla,
Atletico,
Las Palmas.
no, they beat Atletico and let's say Real Sociedad. Okay, Sevilla maybe, but seriously, I still feel like we're jumping our guns with them. I'd want to see Liverpool against Everton.
I'm ready for Ipswich game
Yeah.
week 1.
Game week 1 Saturday.
Ali kickoff.
Ali
Tumejua.
kickoff. Yeah. But when you look at their fixtures,
Yeah.
after that, it's Brentford home. Man United away. I think that's one of the games of the season.
L.
Nottingham Forest home, Bournemouth home, Wolves away, Crystal Palace away. Liverpool cannot lose most of their games. They are going to get points.
I think,
And
again, I'll still say you're jumping the gun because Brentford, for me, I feel like is an unpredictable team to play. Wolves is an unpredictable team to play. You never know which side of the team is going to show up. I mean, we saw that even last season with Brentford.
Okay. To that I say, Wolves just conceded an easy game versus it's called Rayo Vallecano. I forgot it. Rayo Vallecano.
Yes.
Yeah. They lost an easy game. And when you look at pre-season, they beat West Ham. Yeah. But Pedro Neto is gone. That's their engine.
I don't think so.
Pedro Neto is going to Chelsea.
I don't think. I
It's
think you're
not the
jumping the gun.
same.
I think you're jumping the gun with Liverpool. I'll give them 10 games and then I'll decide from there.
Okay. So, Basi, me, I have them as favorites for FPL because their fixtures are just good for FPL managers who they need points.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've mentioned Pedro Neto, and personally, I think he's going to Chelsea. He's already decided to stop winning trophies ever in his career. Contrasting to that is there's always winners everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
The latest winners are 3 midweek jackpot winners, courtesy of the Sport Pesa midweek jackpot. Buddha, all these guys walked away with 17 million.
Wow.
Benant, bro, unangoja nini? Right now, the mega jackpot is at over 376 million Kenyan shillings. The pay bill number is 955-100. And of course, your phone number is the account number. Now, all you need is 99 bob to be the next millionaire in town.
Now that you guys are here, if I get that money, I'm investing it in you guys so that you guys can become great again.
Saje.
Yeah, because you guys can. Manze, the signings, you guys are moving like a broke club right now. Yeah.
But to go kwa budget.
We shall see.
We shall see versus Fulham this Friday. Kick off Apple. And speaking of just kicking off and stuff, we need to kick off this season na trivia. And trivia week is just so simple, so simple. Nicolette, I've made it so simple that it will be easy to beat Brayo.
It's never easy to beat me.
Uh,
It's never easy to beat me.
So for you who's tuning in right now, the trivia is where we get to ask you very simple questions that you can participate either in the comment section or in the live comments pale YouTube or even at home too, just watching. And we ask very simple questions. So question number 1. We've seen Spain pale Olympic. By the way, congratulations to Spain. And they beat France. As I expected.
And nobody cares. Nobody cares.
So is it
Damn.
true or false that Spain went the whole tournament unbeaten?
Wow.
True or false?
Wow.
Spain went the whole Olympics unbeaten.
Wow. Yeah.
No coping as we can.
Yeah, but let's see.
Let me see. Yeah, the answer is false.
Yeah.
Because they lost to
They
Egypt.
lost one game, yeah.
Yeah. Next. Still on the Spain team, who's one player that has won both the Euros and the Olympic gold medal?
I hope it's him.
I can give you a hint.
I hope it's him.
I can give you a hint. Barcelona.
And then it's him.
Yeah.
Good job, bye. You might as well just quit.
Pass.
Pass. New boy.
Yeah, it's Fermin Lopez.
Yeah.
Next. This one, if Brayo, you miss this one, I think Nicolette should just win. Because it's about Real Madrid.
The biggest club in the world.
And in particular, it's about Mbappe.
Kylian.
Yes.
Kylian. He's playing tonight, by the way, against
Mbappe's... I had to say Mbappe's first game will be against what?
Thank you.
Quit
this thing, but
He already won. That's done.
Somebody was too prepared for this trivia.
It's over. Real Madrid fans are overexcited.
Yeah, for that Atalanta fixture. And
anytime United disappoint me, nitakuwa tunaingia La Liga.
And by the way, Real Madrid, congratulations. One of the best teams with the best kits for this season in just Europe.
Don't say that.
Yes.
We are not Arsenal. Congratulate us for Champions League number 16 that is coming this year. Usijaribu congratulate kids.
As if BVB will not get their revenge. Speaking of revenge, it's that time now, FPL. Me, I'm here to revenge because you guys mulilidharau last season. You said that I was not giving guys tips, and I'm here to give you tips for this season. Have you made your teams?
Yes,
so far?
I have.
You know, you mentioned it when the show started, and then I realized I haven't made my team.
You haven't made your team. It's the last week. The deadline is this Friday.
Yeah, I think I'll do it today.
Yeah. And the FPL league code, actually, you can even take a screenshot right now because you can see the league code right now. It's AYZI1D. That's for people who are listening to it via audio. AYZ1D. You can check out the code on our social media accounts, Wildcard KE, on our Instagram and on our TikTok. As well as you can check the YouTube description. I personally write the notes. You can find it, the auto join link over there, as well as the code. And looking at your team, or rather your team, or just the game week 1, are there any FPL tips that you want your followers to?
Yes, I think the best tip is that in case we have something for the winner of the FPL Good Company League later on this season, the deadline is tonight, as the show airs, right? The deadline is tonight. The league code will close tonight. So please kindly make sure that you are registered to play tonight once the show is over. Because midnight ikistrike, utakuwa na hiyo chance. Na sisi unajua tuko na sport pesa, so we have the things, we have the rewards. But in all, I think, apart from talking about the likes of Isak and Haaland and Demman, I think personally, I've gone into teams that have probably given us tricky games, especially last season. I think at Fulham, I'd look at Andreas and possibly Smith Rowe. And at Palace, it's definitely obvious. It's Eberechi Eze.
Yeah. Eze for Crystal Palace, who's one of the most popular picks in FPL. But Nicolette, when you look at Manchester United versus Fulham, first and foremost, I believe you guys believe you're going to win.
I pray so.
Sindio?
Yeah, Lord.
You know why? Okay, wait. You know why? Ten Hag tends to have a slow start. That's why. That's why I'm saying I pray so.
Wow. Asijaribu.
I say that because Fulham just signed ESR, and ESR is scoring pale pre-season. Iwobi amefind form yake pale. So these are among the fixtures that I want you FPL managers to consider when you are selecting your FPL players. I have Bruno as my favorite United pick. I've seen what Garnacho has done this weekend. Are there any other United assets that you guys think FPL managers need to consider, even if it's the Butcher versus Fulham?
Hey, clean sheets are not our stronghold.
Not our stronghold
Clean
at
sheets,
all.
bado. So no defenders. I think if you are risk taken, then risk on Rashford as much as he could have had a brace.
I would also risk on
on him.
Ahmad.
Oh yeah.
I'd risk on Ahmad, honestly. Over Rashford. Because Rashford, what? I've been his sole supporter, but he's quite disappointing.
Man, he
He's
sounds
like that child you keep having hope that it's gonna do well.
Tegemeo.
But time after time.
Okay. So, Abasi, for me, it's simple. Arsenal is going to make it rain versus Wolves and keep a clean sheet. And Saliba right now is the most owned FPL defender. And him being favorites to keep a clean sheet, I think you guys need to invest on Arsenal defense. Yeah. And also he scored last weekend. Number 2, this is the very same Newcastle that beat PSG last season. And Isak and Gordon, Isak, first and foremost, is the most owned FPL asset right now.
Yeah.
You can look at Gordon, too, to pair up versus Southampton, because I think they're going to score. And they're going to welcome Southampton to Premier League vizuri. The defense is good because, you know, the teamwork you're complete, they keep clean sheets. So you have Danban over there, who's a popular pick at 4.5 million. But my personal preference is Trippier because he takes set pieces and he offers attacking returns. One of the rules that you're going to find out in FPL this season is it favors the attacking defenders. So the likes of Robertson, Trent, Dalot from United, they're going to get you points compared to somebody like the Butcher or Van Dijk. Yeah. Make sure you can afford Haaland before game week 2 versus Ipswich. After Chelsea, because I think Manchester City will score goals versus Chelsea.
And Ipswich, bro.
And Ipswich.
I think what you're trying to tell Mandem is you can triple captain Haaland between game week 1 or 2.
Yes.
You can take that risk.
So Haaland and Vardiol to keep clean sheets over there. Upande wa Chelsea may have Nkunku because, you know, there are Chelsea fans who watch the show. So Nkunku for me is my best pick, and that's a long-term asset because even though Chelsea are right now, they do have easy fixtures between now and game week 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
so
enough.
for game week 1, you can build your team around these players.
Okay.
Yeah.
This time nimekusikia. I promise I'll tell people positive things about your FPL tips.
I'm using his tips to go and make my team right now. So
Other than that, it's been great having you, Nicolette, here. Please, you're welcome back next week but one, next month but one, next year but one, because I want Arsenal to be overpowered on this show. After that, I've been your host, Brian Waudo, joined by
Nicolette.
Venant, best FPL manager in town.
Tell that jabroni to come back.
Yes.